The Trinity, page 28. The American Killer. Wonder not what make me want to kill when I am nurtured along the way by the American will to feel the butt of a gun. Call me the American murderer who in the act of killing find the place in history that he was born to by the deed of killing in April. I am the trigger squeezed by the bold hand that weighs your life in its palm. My trigger finger itches when I hunt your gathering places. I impose my will to instill mankind of funny forward fear. I am the striker of blood that runs in the dark muzzle of your streets. From me there is no peace or comfort. I am the belted bullet pumped into the American flesh. The safety of poetry cannot save me when it is my record pad absorbing the shock that reports like a thump. In the shadows of Eric Harris and Dylan Claiborne, bold shadow fortified by the murder of the innocent running for their lives behind the bullet that I let fly in the American grain. In their shadow, I am violent and sane in an insane world that shall come to know my name. I am the criminal act that made the atom bomb boast its might in a mushroom bellow crown cloud of destruction. I am one caught in the sex of violence, along with it, wanting it from my TV and a computer light lit by 1,000 minds that plays as violent to pass the time with computerized gun in hand. I spilled the blood of Virginia Tech. I am the American man. I am as old as the blood on the torn building of Oklahoma. I am the American child dreaming of the daily violence of cartoons that put me in tune to create my form of danger. I am the one and the same insane notion that the lives of others are not worth the broadcast of murder nightly told to my children by the local news, each killing anew, the telling as if never before told. Okay, hold on. I am not alone. Many are my followers who come from the war fought in a foreign land full of sand, where killing and the notion of death is spilled on the street with the speed of a bullet, meant to blunt the body bold bloody. I am the American boy dreaming of the port of guns, dreaming of Lizzie Borden and the innocent of O.J. I am not afraid to take my life after my killing is done. I am the maker of the American history by my act. You are cheated of killing the killer that kills himself, and I am the killer in the making, meaning to make my mark on the consciousness of the masses mining the store. I neither hate nor love life with a grain of sand. My killing make me guarded and grand. I am the American man. I lick your blood in the bloody street, from East St. Louis to the White House, and St. Louis of the Midwest, and the fields of wheat growing grain in the lowland. I till my will to kill. I am the American man, the reaper with loaded gun in hand. I have the godlike power to end as many lives as I can, as suit my fancy. No one is innocent in my crosshair, no one. So count yourself lucky if I hit the mark. You and I shall live forever, at least our union be soon forgotten, as is the American way of healing the wounds that I make. I am the heart in the theater of war. I can end your destiny with my killing, and you shall become part of the plot of the American rot of the soul by violence, home bred, home nurture, home hammer into the killer that I am. I fear no God. I bow to no master. I am the killer at hand. You will know me by the blood that I spill when I kill. You will know me by the broadcast and press that I generate. The world shall come to speak my name, and therein is my fame. I am the American killer, kind to my murderous deed done in my time of need. My bullets shall set you free as was done in the April of Waco. The fire, the fire. I am the American killer, kin to violence by killing. I feed on the fear that I engender. I am the American killer man. My forefather killed the Indian and lynched the blacks back when we were spreading the manifest destiny of spilled blood to run from sea to sea in sight of the killing of the buffalo, the beaver, and the eagle. In wonder will you look back to the sniper on your back. You shall know no safety in your public places, from post office to restaurant to malls, schools, churches. I shall rise to do my killing. Blame me not. I am an American born to the deed of my murderous hand. I have eaten my victim. I am the son of Sam, the Green River Killer, H. Holmes, and Henry Lee Lucas. I am everywhere, unfound until it's time to make my mark on our history known. April is my month of choosing. Broadcaster shall fight to know my name when the deed is done. They shall rush to tell my story in bits and bites to entice. I am the news of the day, the way that we get to know ourselves. I shall be the conversation around the coffee pot. I shall mystify the philosophers and politicians and the poets with my American violence sprung from the hind end of the heartland, from the making of a killer willing to make his mark bark for attention and recognition that I am the murderous American man. I am my history in the making. Do not fear me. Do not offend me. Let the poets not mock me with their antiquated antique rhymes. Call me mass murderer. Call me mad. Call me antisocial, for in the end you will call me the American-made man that wins. My murder is a happenstance that will change your life to create a history between us that stand through time. It is my grasp for fame to make myself divine in my private war waged with my American mind. I do not sin to win. I kill as killing is my God-given will. I am the American man fit for the one-sided fight of taking your life. I am the American killer. I am your sinful need to be me. Let the poets praise my name. Let them believe in this refrain. I am the American killer. I am the American killer. I am the American man, bold and boastful. I will fulfill my need to kill. Jazz, whereas. Jazz, whereas. My bones beat bop that is caught. Jazz, whereas the downbeat drops the loneliest month round midnight, hype and hinge in the beat. Jazz, whereas the bottom drop is pop and Dolphy bends a blue note that flows breath cock and knock a mellow a rhythmic roll. Jazz, whereas we know that now the sound carries the pigment of pee-wee notes of flow and jazz, whereas Donald Byrd is chasing the bird breath lock, stepping into tomorrow. He got the trumpet that roll or rock, that flow forgot not jazz. Whereas Max Roach and Kenny Clark map Parker's mood and the Yardbird suite where Coco and Harmony meet. Jazz, whereas the roll of drums is a rumming heartbeat and heat, and Art Blakey's blue monk master voodoo in the night in Tanzania. Jazz, whereas you bop, mean knock, mean roll, mean rock me into the rhythm of the hasty breath of an old memory of a slave on the run against the whip that ripped the dark flash. Jazz, whereas Dexter Gordon breath smelling of tangerine notes that flow into what it was and will be when the lip meet the mouthpiece and the thin reed vibrate and the fingers with the memory strike the black and white keys of mean jazz. Jazz, whereas the jazz messenger marching blue across the tomb, bobalicious Beat, bop, boom, and on that Coleman. It's all music, always doing its own thing with cherry at its back. The music sing jazz. If my skin would stretch across the drums and my bones was a stick that hums a beat, bop, bop. Come roll your old bone over the sophisticated sound jazz. Whereas my mama would place it under glass, whereas I shadowed the translucent bell to tell from which well the music drink. It feels hell, it is tribe and tribal of the dark skin, drunk on a rhythm that flows outward jazz. Whereas do me, move me, thrill me, use me by the ear that hear the improvisation of syncopated part of rhythm, popping the beat, 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 born out of necessity jazz. Yeah, whereas as jazz is running around, running with a kid with a stick, keep the beat bopping on the concrete where the ground strike round the mound meant to hide the cool rhythm roll in the nickel and in the dime childhood memory of Armstrong blowing hello Dolly. I remember Dizzy Puff Lift Cheek pounding his breath and forced by the lawn. And sometimes I feel so happy when jazz run around my brains and make me singing that wordless song that I had witnessed. Jazz, whereas Lester Young and Oscar Peter trio sway so gently. Oh, how you love her and kiss that girl from Incanema. And Mac the Knife got it right while jumping at the woodside all bassy like jazz. Whereas Ella James, jazz in my mind, at last found a dream to hold on to the press close to the heart as the angels sing from above, such as jazzy love, as jazzy Ella saying, you just can't take that away from me.